My adopted sister wanted to mess with me, the real daughter brought back from the countryside. She jumped into the luxury car before I could get in and locked the doors. Then she taunted me, saying this was her private car prepared by our parents. She even told me to take a taxi to the new company. She threw a $100 bill on the ground, saying it was my cab fare. I watched her act so arrogantly, yet my parents and brother didn't stop her. Instead, they told me to tolerate her for today. They said they hadn't prepared a car for me yet and told me to follow her arrangement, but I'm not someone they can push around. So I used her usual pity play tricks against my parents. I mentioned that kids my age in the countryside all had bikes, but when I asked my adoptive parents for one, they called me a burden and said I didn't deserve a vehicle. Then I asked my biological parents if they also saw me as a useless burden unworthy of a car. My brother, who favored her, immediately accused me of acting pitiful. He said I had no shame asking for a car the moment I came home, but mother's eyes filled with guilt. She felt they owed me too much over the years. She ordered the adopted girl to get out of the car on the spot and said from now on the car would be mine. I gave a small smile and looked at the adopted girl. She had no choice but to crawl out of the luxury car in humiliation. I got in, shot her a cold glance, and left proudly. Soon, I arrived at the company for my internship, but the adopted girl had already bought everyone off. The moment they saw me, they began to mock me. Some even pretended to question whether a country girl like me could read. When I reached my seat, the desk was piled with messy documents. I kindly asked a coworker what tasks these were. She tossed the papers into the air and said these were my rookie assignments for the day. Their behavior lit my anger. I revealed my identity on the spot. I told them I was the real daughter, and the girl they followed was just an adopted outsider. I warned them that if they kept obeying her, I wouldn't hold back. Everyone froze, shocked that their boss was actually a fake. The adopted girl jumped up telling me to shut up, but her panic only convinced everyone I was telling the truth. Their anger instantly shifted toward her. I threw all those useless documents back at her, saying those chores were hers to do. She pointed at me, cursing in rage, and threatened back. Tonight's family banquet would make me pay. Then she ran out of the company in embarrassment. The family banquet began soon after. The adopted girl had found herself a rich second-generation boyfriend through the family. When they saw I actually dared to show up, his friends immediately stepped in to humiliate me, saying a girl from the countryside had no right to be here. To impress her, the rich boy grabbed a full glass of wine and poured it over my head. Not satisfied, he kept taking more glasses from his friends, pouring one after another, 10 in total. Seeing me not fight back, everyone gathered around laughing at how weak I was. The adopted girl walked over proudly, saying this was what I deserved for bullying her, but none of them realized everything was part of my plan. I suddenly lifted my head with a cold smile. Then I grabbed a wine bottle from the table and smashed it over the rich boy's head. He collapsed immediately, before anyone reacted. I grabbed a second bottle and hit him again. They stared at me in horror, thinking I'd gone mad, but I didn't stop. I swung the third bottle until he couldn't stand it all. Then I walked toward the adopted girl. Terrified, she backed away. I kicked her straight into the pool. She couldn't swim and screamed for help. My parents rushed over when they heard her cries. The crowd quickly blamed everything on me. After pulling her out, she twisted the story, claiming I attacked